This is the independent practice for 9.6, and we're only going to do numbers 1 through 5. So we'll just do the whole page on 721. So hopefully you've had a chance to try these, and let's see how you did. Okay, let's go to number 1 first. I'm going to make this real big. I think it's helpful to see it big. I see that if I go like this, we have a parallelogram. And I know I have a base and a height. Okay? So the parallelogram is just base times height. So area equals base times height. And area equals 8 times 8. Area equals 64 inches squared. But this part doesn't exist. So I have to figure out what this is. It's a triangle. So I know it's area equals 1/2 times base times height. Now, I think I can figure out this part right here. If this is 4 from here to here, and the whole thing is 8, then this must be 4 here. Okay? Now, if this is 8 from here to here, but only here to here is 5.3, I'm going to take 8 minus the 5.3, and it's going to leave me with 2.7 inches. Okay, so now I can put in area equals 1/2 times my base is 4 times my height is 2.7. Okay, 1/2 times 4 is 2, so area equals 2 times 2.7. And 2.7 times 2 equals 5.4 inches squared. So I got to take my full 64 and take away this little part. So 64 minus 5.4 equals 58.6 inches squared. And that's this part right here. Okay. Let's go to number 2. So on this one, I think what I'll do is I'm going to do a line right here. So now I have this nice parallelogram, and I see this is 10, and this is 7. So 10 times 70, area equals base times height, area equals 7 times 10. The area equals 70 centimeters squared. 70 centimeters squared. That's this here. But now I have this triangle here. And I know that the height of this triangle, if this is 15 from here to here, then this must be 5. So that's 5. And then the base is the same as this, 7. So the area of a triangle is area equals 1/2 times base times height. So area equals 1/2 times base is 7 times height is 5. So I'm going to do that first. Area equals 1/2 times 35. And 35, half of 35 is 17.5. So the area of this triangle is 17.5 centimeters squared. Now if I put the 17 together with the 70, I get the total. And it's 70 plus 17.5. Drop my decimal there. 0 plus 5 is 5. 7. 87.5. It's centimeters, and it's squared because we're talking about area. Alright, so composite, I just took the two different shapes, found the area, and put them together. Okay. Let's get a little bit more complex here. Number 3, the floor plan of a kitchen is shown to the right. The entire kitchen floor is to be tiled. How many square feet are needed? Okay. I'm going to make this real big. So, what it looks like, this little part right here is the tricky part. But it looks like a trapezoid. And if this right here, this would be 2 feet. Now, from here to here is this 11, but from here to here is 12. So from here to here must be 1 foot. Okay, so now we have this, we have one base, we have the height. Now we just need this other base. Well, I know this is 6 foot, and this is 6 foot, and the total is 16 foot. So 6 plus 6 is 12. I just need 12 plus something will get me to 16. And it's 4 feet. So that's another base. Okay, so let's save that, all of that. First of all, let's get the area of this thing right here. This parallelogram, which is a 16 by 12. Parallelogram equals base times height. Area equals 16 times 12. And 16 times 12 is area equals 192 feet squared. So now we just need to figure out what this little trapezoid is, and we'll take that away from this 196. Okay, so 192, I mean. Trapezoid. Let's do that. Trapezoid is area equals 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. Okay, area equals 1/2. The height, I figured, is this right here, is 1 times 1. And then one base is 2, and another one is 4. Okay, so 2 plus 4 is 6, times 1 times 1/2 equals area. So 1 times 6 is 6, 1/2. 1/2 times 6 is an area of 3 feet squared. So this little area right here is 3 feet squared. Now I gotta take that away from the 192, which is everything. So when I do that, come over here, and I'm gonna go 192 minus 3, and that gets me 189. 189 feet squared. So I took the whole parallelogram, figured out this little bit here, and took that away from it, and it left me with this whole area that needed to be tiled. Okay. Number 4. Okay, so now we have another one where they're overlapping. But I think I can figure this out by going like this. I'm going to go like this right here. So I'm going to get this part right here of Miss Elliott's room. And then I'm going to see if I can get this part right here of Miss Elliott's room. And then I can add it to this part right here. So I'm going to get 3 parts. Let's see if I can do it. So this Miss Friedman's room is a 40 by 38. It's a parallelogram. Area equals base times height. Area equals 36 times 40. And 36 times 40 is an area of 1440. And we're talking about feet squared. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bigger here. Okay, now let's see if we can figure out just this little section here. Let's see. This looks like it's 34 feet. And then I just need to figure out what this is from here to here. Well, if this is 36 and this is 30, then this must be 6 feet. Okay? So now I can do area equals base times height. Area equals 34 times 6. 34 times 6 is area of 204 feet squared. So this one is area equals 204 feet squared. So now all we have left is this portion of Miss Elliott's room. And I know that it is a 30 by 40. Area equals base times height. Area equals 40 times 30. And the area equals 1200 feet squared. Area equals 1200 feet squared. Now, I just put it all together. I put this 1440, this 204, and this 1200. And when I do that, I get 1440 plus 204 plus 1200. And it gets me 2,844 feet squared. So the answer is 2,844. It's feet and it's squared. Okay? Now there is another way of doing that. I kind of like that way, but another way would be to find all of Mrs. Friedman's, all of Mrs. Elliott's, find out what this little part in the middle is, and subtract it from there. So we could do that. Let's do a 36 by 40. 36 times 40 equals 1440. And this is the 36 by 40, so we know that's 1440. Now, this is 6 feet, and this right here, let's see, how can we figure that out? Well, if this is 34 and this is 40, then this must be 6. So you have 6 times 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. So in this time, we have to take 1440 plus 1440. That equals 2,880. But we got to get rid of one of these here, which is a 6 times 6, which is 2880 minus 36. And when I do that, I get this 2,844. Okay, so I could do it either way. Let's go to number 5. The diagram shows one side of a storage barn. This side needs to be painted, and the total area to be painted. Okay, so the side. So we're talking about a couple things. We're talking about this parallelogram here that needs to be painted. And then we're also talking about this triangle here that needs to be painted. Okay, let's do the parallelogram first, because it looks like parallelogram is area equals base times height. I know my base, area equals 22.8 times my height is 14.5. 22.8 plus 14.5, or not plus, it's multiplication. Come on, 22.8 times 14.5 equals 330.6. So this is 330.6 feet squared. Now, let's find this triangle here. We know the base is 22.8. Then we just need to figure out what this is here, what the height is. Well, if from here to here is 26, I just have to take this part away here and it'll leave me what this is. So 26.5, take away the bottom portion of 14.5, leaves me with 12. Okay, dealing with a triangle, and a triangle is area equals 1/2 times base times height. So area equals 1/2 times my base, 22.8, times my height is 12. Okay, and I could do this, 22.8 times 12 equals 273.6 times 1/2. So I'm going to take that times the half, and it leaves me with the area being 136.8. Oopsie. Oh man. So this right here, the area equals 136.8. And this was the area equals 330.6 feet squared. And I don't want to forget this feet squared. So I add those together, and it will get me the total that needs to be painted. And the total is 136.8 plus 330.6 gets me 467.4 feet squared. Okay. Now, each gallon of paint costs $20 and covers 350 square feet. Find the total of cost of the paint for just one side. Well, 350 square feet, I need 467. So one will not quite cover it, but two would be 700 square feet. So I just need 2 gallons of paint. I can't get like a partial gallon. So if 1 gallon costs 2, I need 2 gallons times 20. It's going to cost me $40. Okay, and I'll have some left over, but that's the cost. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. We can keep working on this, and you can do some extra practice.